Hello and good morning. Welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We are a show aimed at today we're talking about, first of all, visualization, the power of it and its connection to productivity. If you're new to the show, we are a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live in abundance like a boss. You can please go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy counseling and consulting. We also speak to colleges, schools, and organizations with the very powerful live presentation. We're especially adept at speaking with the youth. So check for us. So today, we're talking about productivity and visualization. Let's dive in. But for those who are new, I'll say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, set 13 miles from Ferguson, about identical twin sons. That book will be out February 2018 on Third World Press and bookstores everywhere. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in California. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised by my level of productivity. So we like to state that bio each day so we can know that we can come from anywhere and still be balling, all right? In the morning show, we also talk about the importance of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times, we'll wake up with trouble in our mind. It'll follow us throughout our day and reappear in the morning. And so trouble, of course, is tethered to stress. And we help people to deal with stress because we know that's a major health impediment, but also an impediment to being our fullest, most abundant self. And so we talk about that in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as doing the same thing at basically around the same time. And we talk about it in the context of this because you want to be engaged in a morning ritual that you may be able to be prepared for the day that is sure to come. So let me give you my brief morning ritual as an example. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I do our morning. I read a couple of spiritual or business books. I do our morning show at 4:45 a.m. Until 5. I work on my current novel until sunrise. At sunrise I go to the beach, which is around 6 o'clock in the morning. I live here along the coast in Venice. I go to the beach. I bring my drum. I meditate, pray, do yoga, come back to the house to work on my book a bit longer, then go back to the beach, run up the coast, come all the way back to Venice to go to my gym. So at 9:30, guys, I'm feeling pretty amazing, all right? So we're not saying do what I do, but we are saying do something to get that day started with a bang, with a burst. In fact, I'm reading two great books now. I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a book of ancient scriptures, early, like 3rd, 2nd century, really powerful stuff. I'm also reading a new book. I just finished Jen Sincero's great book, You Are a Badass at Making Money. I'm now reading a book called, what is it called here? It's called Owning the Moment, which is a pretty good book so far. We'll see how this book goes. But from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, my internal light powers my visualizations into dream manifestations. Again, today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, my internal light powers my visualizations into dream manifestation. So today we're talking about visualizing, because I take that morning chant, I contemplate that throughout my day, but also create the morning and afternoon shows based upon that. So we're talking about visualization and its connection to productivity. Again, please go to productivethroughjoy.com. Have us come out and talk to your organization, your group. We're powerful. And that also, you can go to michaeldatcher.com as well. All right, let's start. So point one is, you want to know that, as the old ones say, if you can see it, you can be it. If you can visualize a thing, you can become that thing, which goes right into point two. But you can't just visualize it. You have to also believe in it. You have to know like you know that what you visualize in your mind is going to manifest. Well, how does it happen? Folks have many daydreams, and daydreamers don't manifest their daydreams. That's a good point. It's got to be intentional, and it's got to be a belief that it's not simply a daydream. It's an organizing of the universe, and a concretizing of the universe into a thing that you want for yourself, or a way that you want to become and exist on the planet. And the more that you believe in, the more practice, in terms of a daily practice that you engage in, the more powerful it becomes, which goes right into point three. As you begin to have a daily visualization practice, and you can get into what we define as a slight trance. So in meditation, in my personal approach, you're going into kind of a slight trance. And the more in that trance you've seen, it may make more sense to be an example. You may have seen people on TV who have been hypnotized, which is a kind of trance. And the guy will say, I'm going to count to three, you're going to be a chicken. And people are like, squawk, squawk. And you would think, I would never be that squawking chicken on TV. But trance is very powerful, and it can be used for some TV thing like that, but also used for higher spiritual meanings. And so when you can go into the slight trance, which we do by deep breathing and visualization, and of course, and different strategies involve chanting, but whatever your particular approach, that trance plus belief plus daily practice is powerful in terms of visualizing what you want to see manifest in your life. I've done it many times. I've seen people also do it many times. I know it can be replicated. It's a powerful game changer that can not justify, but that can radically amplify your life and where you're living right now. All right? Boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. and then go until 5 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. and go until 5 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thanks for being here. Please go to productivethroughjoy.com. Have us come out and talk to you, your people, your group. Go to michaeldatcher.com as well. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting, but we also do very, very powerful live programs for groups. Reach out to us and we'll talk to you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.